Hi, good afternoon. It's Al. Um, I was thinking about doing a video today about mindfulness and what mindfulness really means, and how you should actually be more aware of your life in general. Basically, be aware of your life. But this mindfulness ties into a lot of the things that I've spoken about previously on these videos that I'm making. But mindfulness is something that goes really, really deep. It's really deep, and if you could be mindful, you could obtain anything you want in this world. Anything you want. It's like that frequency. Once you bring your frequencies up, but being mindful of your thought process is the reason why I'm gonna make this video, because your thought process, okay, allows you to do all the things that I spoke about. Okay, projection, mindfulness, that we're speaking about now, meditation, how to, meditations, being mindful of learning and knowing how to meditate, and so on and so forth. So everything ties in together, spirituality wise. Okay, now I wanted to tell you, I'm at this Turkey Swamp Park again. Here, I'll show you the lake. This lake is beautiful. See here? And the birds are right here next to me. Look, they love me. Look, the birds are right here. Look, they won't even run away. I'm standing right next to them. Where are they? Here they are. See it? See the bird right there? Look. And then you got the other bird here. There's two of them. There's two birds here. Look how nice. They're standing right next to me. I bought some peanuts. Maybe I could give a squirrel a peanut, something like that. It's nice to stay close to nature. Stay mindful. Stay mindful of nature. Okay, and everything around you, because mindfulness is really what allows you to accomplish and and do things that you probably never even thought you could do. Nothing you could even imagine. Nothing that you could even imagine. Honestly, it's so unbelievable. So, mindfulness is thinking. It's being aware of your surroundings. Let's say you go into a location, and this is a story that I'll tell you that happened to me a couple of times, not just once, a few times. What happened was, we were going to a diner to go eat breakfast or something like that, and as soon as I walked into the place, you walk in, you look around, now you're aware, you're mindful of everything that's around you. And believe me when I tell you, when I say you're mindful, whatever you see goes into your mind, okay? And then goes into your subconscious mind. Okay? So not only does it go into your mind, but it goes into your subconscious mind. Okay? That's why when you see somebody and then you turn away for 7 seconds, you'll remember consciously of what that person looks like, what they're wearing, everything about them. For 7 seconds. That's it. 7 seconds. Your conscious mind will understand that. Your subconscious mind has it forever. So if you were to go into hypnosis, you would, and the lady said, well, what was that lady wearing on September, whatever date it was, at this time or whatever, and you would be able to tell her. You'd be able to tell the hypnosis person that's doing hypnosis on you. You would be able to tell them exactly what that person was wearing, what they look like, everything. So, getting back to the story, I looked around, I went inside, and I just felt really, really bad energy. Very, very bad energy. So I told my wife, I said, listen, I think maybe it's time for us to go. She's like, what are you talking about? We just got here. I said, no, I don't want to stay here. It was just something about it. It was something about it. I just didn't want to stay. I just didn't want to stay there. And we left. And we went someplace else. So that's being mindful, like, of your energies, being mindful of everything that's around you, being mindful of what you're doing every day. Mindfulness could mean anything in business, in signing contracts, in making business decisions, making decisions about, a loved one. Think things out. Be mindful. Be aware. Okay. And I tell my clients when I'm training them that they have to be mindful of what they're doing, so they don't get injured. You know what I mean? Like, I tell them always set yourself. Make sure that yourself is set. Make sure your mind is understanding what exercise that you're doing and what muscle group you're working and things like that. You see the birds the birds are going to start talking now. See, I came here. Look at the birds. Look how beautiful. See, now they're going to start yapping while I'm trying to make the video because they love me. I'm so full of energy, so full of good energy that they just they like being around people that are. And what are you staring at? You're looking right at me? You're staring right at me, the bird. But anyway, so be mindful. Be aware of everything that you do. Be very, very mindful of it. Mindfulness is a very, very powerful tool that we have in the spiritual world. I'm always mindful. I try and always be mindful. Like if I say something or I do something, or somebody says something to you that's negative, you know what I mean? Like they're trying to bring negative energy into your life. You have to be mindful of that and say, no, 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 no. Inside, you say, no, 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 no. That's not the way it is. You know what I mean? It's the positive way. So let that negative energy go, and that's being mindful of letting go of bad energy. So I think that a lot of people do understand what mindfulness is, and a lot of people do sit and think. I've noticed that a lot of business people that are very successful understand what mindfulness and being aware of your surroundings, being aware of what you're doing, made them successful. It keeps them successful. No, I know I did. I was very aware of everything that I was doing and very mindful of everything that I was signing. I just didn't sign papers like you see a lot of times at a closing, whatever. People are just signing papers away. I make sure I sit with the lawyer before the closing. I go through all the papers. I go through all paperwork. I go through everything before I purchase anything. And I know exactly what I'm signing. Okay? This way there's no surprises later. Now that's being mindful and that's being aware of what you're doing. So don't let other people control your mindfulness, your consciousness. You control your consciousness the way you want to control it. All right, and keep your thought processes very, very vibrating very high. Okay, like I talked about vibrating. Keep your thought processes high so you could easily be very mindful of everything that you want to do in life. You put a big effort into it, and it could really, really change who you are and what you do. You know what I mean? So, the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about mindfulness is, like when you were young, and you're growing up, and you're listening to everybody in your family, your friends, and you're doing things, and whatever it is that you're doing. You could be working in a job, when you're young, working Carvel, you're working McDonald's, whatever it is, you're just getting your life started, you're going to school and everything. So think about how mindful you would have to be when you're young. You got to be very, very mindful of everything that you do when you're young. And it's almost like a natural reaction. But as we start to get older, we tend to forget what mindfulness and being aware of our lives and everything that we do in our life. We tend to start letting that go more and more. And it's not good to do that. It's just not a good thing to do. Because like I said, you could make bad decisions. You could be hurtful to people. You could not understand what somebody else is trying to say to you. Most people, they don't listen for more than 2 seconds when somebody's talking. Right away, their mind starts to wander, or they want to answer, they want to say something, but they don't actually listen. They're not mindful of what the other person is trying to say. And that could throw you off. It could throw your balances off. Okay, it throws off your balance. And I'm going to talk about balance. Okay, balance is very important. Balance is this right here. You see this here? This is the chakras. This is the color of the chakras. Those are all our chakras from our crown to our root. Okay, and I'm going to talk about balance and what these chakras mean, and feminine and masculine energies. Okay, I'm going to talk about that. We're going to do a video about that. So mindfulness, be aware of that also. Be aware of your balance in life, okay? Which we don't do as we get older. We tend to just forget that, like I said earlier. And it could really hurt you. It could really hurt you. So, be kinder. Listen to people. If people are talking to you, let them talk. Be tentative to what they're saying. Maybe your answer that you're going to give that person could change their life. You know what I mean? Just because you actually listened to them for, 10 seconds or whatever it is, 20 seconds, and now you come back with a nice answer for them, or you say something very nice to them. You teach and you learn, of course, and you could change that person's life. Most people, they don't even listen to anybody that talks to them anymore. They're so oblivious to everything. It's really unusual, very, very unusual. That's why, like, I don't understand. I just don't understand it. But I guess that's what you have to go through in life, and you have to understand that life is not an easy process. Especially when you start to get a little older, like myself. You tend to let things like slide by, and you're not really mindful of everything. So you have to change that thought process and be very mindful of everything. And look at this bug on me. Even the bugs love me. Even the bugs love me. They all come and land on me. One landed on my hat, and I just let it stay there, and it just flew away. And then one day, I'll tell you about another story. I was in a store somewhere or something, and there was a bee on my shoulder. And a lady behind me, a little Chinese lady, she says to me, "You have bee on your shoulder." I says, "Oh, okay." I says, "It's all right." She says, "You want me to smack in and kill her?" I said, No, leave the bee alone." You sure? She was running away. A bee, 2 minutes later, the bee just flew away. So, mindful. That is funny. That's a funny story, but it's a true story. It's true. I swear it's true. So I was mindful of the bee, but the bee didn't bother me. You know what I mean? Because like I said, when you vibrate and you're closer to nature, these things don't bother you no more. They won't hurt you. There's a story I like to tell you of a yogi. He spent I believe it was 6 years in the woods in the jungles of Peru, in the Amazon jungle in Peru. He spent 6 years there. He had I don't know if it was a rattlesnake or whatever it was, but it was one of those very, very poisonous snakes. And he was able to pick the snake up. The snake didn't bite him. You understand? Because his body, mind, and spirit was so relaxed and so calm that this animal didn't see him as a threat. Didn't see him as a threat. So that has a lot to do with mindfulness. Okay? Your energy levels, the way you conduct yourself, the way you speak to people. Okay? Be mindful of all of that. All of that you have to be mindful of all of that. It has to be done. Okay? So, be aware, be mindful of what you're doing, stay focused, especially if you want to do some nice things in your life. You want to maybe start something new or do something or whatever it is. But be mindful of everything you do. Be mindful and throw out that good energy. Throw out positive and beautiful energy, and listen to people. If somebody talks to you, listen to them. Be mindful of what they're saying to you. So maybe your answer will help them tremendously and you won't even know it. You could change somebody's life. by just having a 5 minute conversation. I know I've changed people's lives. I know because they told me, Al, you changed my life. You changed my life. I said, well, I'm so grateful for that. I love that. And then thank you so much. And I'm going to do the best I can, because God gave me this information. Um, and, I've learned a lot. I've read a lot of books, hundreds and hundreds. I've read hundreds of books. I still read every single day. I read probably about 2 books a month. There's another little bug. They all fly on me. So I read like about 2 books a month. And I just try and help people as best as I can. And hopefully I'm doing a good job. Comment below. Let me hear what you guys have to say. Like the video. I don't know. Everybody says like and share. So like and share the video if you'd like to. All right. So anyway, have a good day, and I'll see you soon. I'll see you soon. We'll talk about some balancing stuff next time. We'll talk about balancing, how you balance your energies, and what it could do for you. Okay. So have a nice day. I'm going to enjoy this beautiful park today. I'm going to take a walk now. Maybe I'll see a couple of squirrels. I could give them those peanuts. Um, and then that's it. Okay. Well, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.